what we do in micro-engagement is a 3-step process. Education, we have to do that part because it's just too new to people right now to just say, well, we're a crowdsourcer. And the first question you get is, what are you? Because it's just not that old. We assess our businesses, our customers, to look for total innovation value. The idea is, how many people in the company are innovating, and how are you leveraging them? And then what are you doing with your external constituents as well to drive innovation? It ends up wrapping up into total innovation value. And then we identify projects to start, and we often start with the employee base because it's a good pilot, you get a lot of return, and it's less risk than going out to the world for people that aren't used to interacting outside the company wall. So that's our process. We created a wiki called crowdforum.org, which you're all welcome to go look at. And now I'd like to turn it over to David. Great. Sure. Sure. What
Very cool. Well, thanks very much for the invite to the club. There's a professor who is at Wharton, who is a dear friend and advisor to us, Justin Wolfers, and he has been very important in the evolution of prediction markets. First of all, how many people have heard of prediction markets, or somewhat? All right, good, more than that. That's really good. So a prediction market, which I'll be talking about, is a way of giving people an incentive for telling you what they know, as well as a disincentive for providing bad information. So we have been at this for about 15 years. One of our customers is Best Buy. I thought what I could do today that would be helpful is really just come and show you what some of the folks have been doing, and then we can talk about that in more detail. Best Buy in 2007 started rolling this out to their whole company. So everyone from the 4,000 or 5,000 people in Minneapolis at the corporate office down to the blue shirts in the stores themselves, and everyone in between. So this is about a 6.5-minute video. I don't think we'll watch the whole thing, maybe the first couple of minutes, and then I've got a few things.
The information that you need to make a smart decision on any issue is out there, but as you get bigger, it gets tougher to find that information and use it.
How can companies use the power of the free market to help drive their decision making? As you know, large corporations have a tough time getting the best information to the right people.
Things like blogs, wikis, podcasts, new forms of information, maybe more unstructured than structured, is driving different ways of thinking, and we've got to find a way to collect that information, understand what it means, and then help it inform our business strategy. I think tools like the prediction market tool help us do that.
It's a web-enabled stock market game. And the reason we use the word game is for 2 reasons. One, because it's fun, and also because we're not trading in real money here.
I'm taking play money and I'm betting on stocks, selling and I'm buying stocks. That doesn't feel like I'm registering my opinion. But that is exactly what you're doing.
So stocks represent future events or future outcomes. And people trade in the market based on what they think will happen in the future around those events.
Through this market, you are conveying what you know and how you feel.
We have this mantra of wanting to listen to employees, and we want to invite insights, and we want to connect those insights with actual decisions. But it's so hard to do that, and especially it's hard to do that in a big company.
I think at the core of trying to figure out how to continue to evolve a big company so that it stays relevant to the consumers it's trying to serve, is to figure out how in that vast bigness that you've got, you still find a way to behave like you did when you were little, where you can hear the insights from a lot of different places, and you can make decisions based on the benefit of all of those insights.
Big companies are like communist countries. We all know how well communist countries worked, right? At some point, they fell apart. And they fell apart not because the leaders were dumb, but because nobody would tell the leaders at the top who had to make these decisions what decisions to make.
This is one of the most interesting things that we're doing at Best Buy to the external environment. And interestingly, though there's been a number of books written about this, there's only a handful of companies that are really doing anything.
The market is not a perfect crystal ball. It's not going to tell you exactly what's going to happen all the time. What it does do is roll up the consensus of what the participants in the market are seeing, hearing, feeling.
And you're always kind of nervous about meeting goals and forecasting, and at least this way you could see, well, is your forecast really on the dot, or are you way off and you're not going to make it? You'd know that before making major decisions.
What this will really provide the company is a very, very quick, real-time answer to some of the things that are happening in the market, so it can give leadership just a better snapshot of what's actually going on in the business life.
If I'm leading a project and the stock is, will this thing launch on time, and it was trading at $70 and then all of a sudden it went down 20%, I instantly know that something has happened.
And I think about the power of all of that information coming into kind of a game of sorts that points you down a path that you should investigate deeper. I think that's pretty exciting. When you talk about core philosophy number one of inviting your employees to contribute their unique ideas and experiences to better serve customers, this is yet another way to do it.
It makes me feel like I have a voice. It gives me a chance to be able to have a voice to leadership when they're seeing these stuff and they're seeing the movement and changes going, and know that the stuff that I know is valuable enough that people want to hear it and want to see.
And it really starts to help me figure out, where do I fit in all of this? What is my role inside the company, and what other elements is the company focusing on at this point?
And especially if we can get it outside of corporate and into the field, and to those people that really touch the customer and hear things firsthand, the quality of the information is just going to be that much better.
We talk about our core philosophies at Best Buy. It allows us to bring our unique experiences and ideas to the table, and we've never really had a good voice. It's not easy to call up Brad Anderson and say, hey, look, this is what I'm thinking.
For a store employee would give a little bit more of a, hey, not only does my job matter, but my voice matters too, because I am actually influencing and showing, hey, this is what customers are coming in and asking for.
Everyone wants to participate when this thing rolls because it'll only make the information better and more valuable and more accurate.
We'll stop it right there. It's can't be video, as all internal videos are, but I think it has some good content there that I wanted to get into in more detail. So, again, a prediction market is basically a device for collecting information. And as I said, it gives people, it's no different than a survey or a focus group or other way of capturing data, but it gives a reason, basically an incentive for people to come tell you that now. So just like you would push out a 50-question survey, you're going to ask those same kinds of questions in a prediction market. It's just that the people participating now have a reason to come tell you, or a reason for being quiet or not spreading disinformation. And so, for example, one of the Best Buy cases is they're LCD TV folks, the folks that predict the demand and the sales for TVs. TVs are actually a huge item, as you may know, for Best Buy. So much